What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back at you with another video, and today we are doing the Raiders 7-round mock draft. So I was planning on doing this like my last time I did this series and do it by division, but you guys have been requesting certain teams, and you know what? I'm going to deliver on those teams. You know, Cowboys, I felt like you guys really wanted to see that, and you did. You guys really did like it. Already getting a shit ton of views. I love that. Guys, if you guys are new, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. I like to listen to you guys' comments. I want to make what you guys want to watch. I've gotten a lot of requests for a Raiders mock, and here we are. We're going to be doing it. So, again, Cowboys fans, you guys are going to be enjoying it because you're going to probably continue moving up the pick board. So we're going to be definitely doing another updated one in maybe a couple weeks because I don't really want to be that cheesy and make too many videos on the Cowboys because, you know, I want to be realistic. I don't want to be one of those scummy YouTubers who just tries to get the views. Try to get what you guys want to watch. So, let's kick it. Raiders, I mean, I actually really like this Raiders roster right now. I think they're actually doing a really good job. So, in general, I mean, the Raiders are in a very good place. And again, guys, if you are new, the system just likes to make a shit ton of trades and trade offers. And also, by the way, Patrick Surtain, hint, will be my pick when we do the Cowboys again, if he's still there. But yeah, if you guys are new, it offers a shit ton of trades, and it's a little bit annoying. Hence why I turned off the sound on my computer so it doesn't irritate you guys as well. But we're here at pick number 13, and what do we need? So Derek Carr, I think he's a pretty solid quarterback, somebody who we definitely don't need to look to replace anytime soon. Wide receiver core, I mean, you guys hit a home run with Henry Ruggs. I had him as my number 2 wide receiver, and he's looking a little bit better than Jerry Jeudy right now. But, I mean, obviously, I still had Jerry Jeudy top 15. I was pretty happy. My top 3 wide receivers are kind of turning out to be in the correct order. So, again, I love the Henry Ruggs pick. Still thought CD should have went first, but, hey, I mean, you guys are going to be getting Tyrell Williams back next year. It's like there's a lot of potential on this roster right now. Hunter Renfrow is an excellent slot type of wide receiver. You guys have quite a great offense. But it is true, offensive line is doing perfectly fine, but you guys are aging. You know, Richie Incognito can't be up to Richie Incognito extreme levels for too long. I mean, he's really fucking old. And then Rodney Hudson, he still has some time. You're good. The entire offensive line is doing pretty well. But I will be possibly looking at Wyatt Davis here as an understudy to Richie Incognito. Just keep that in mind. Edge, like, this defense does need actually a little bit of infusion because, I mean, the secondary, they're doing pretty fine. I'm not gonna bag on the secondary here. I mean, you could use the slot corner, but we're not gonna go back-to-back drafts. I know you guys are probably saying we could use a D tackle, but I think we can address that later on. I really think that we can. So, you guys may not like this pick, but we're going to be going Wyatt Davis. He's a generational style guard, top 10 pick in my opinion, and I think that he's going to be an excellent understudy to Richie Incognito if he's still going to be there. And if Richie Incognito leaves, man, you just plug Wyatt Davis in and you're still cooking with Crisco. I mean, your best offensive weapon, in my opinion, is Josh Jacobs. So why not give Josh Jacobs as much help as you can get? You know, Derek Carr won't complain, Josh Jacobs won't complain. And then in these later rounds, because I think at that point the defensive value wasn't that good, I think that is where you're going to be hitting all your value. You might as well just make the most out of what you got, right? So we're coming up to our second round pick here, and I mean, Brevin Jordan's going to continue to fall in every single draft, apparently. I got him my last one. We are definitely not getting him. That's some complete bullshit. However, we could look at, oh man, shit, I was about to get Boogie Basham. I was all excited. But we can look at options for edge right here. You know, I love Joseph Asai. He arguably is going to be the pick here. I legit think that he is definitely worth this pick. I have him, I believe, as a top 50 player. Let me see. This is not up to date, guys. Don't worry. I just want to see where I have Asai. 46. Perfect. So, yeah. If you guys want to see a video of, like, where my rankings are with guys, let me know. I will gladly do that for you guys. But we can look at interior defensive linemen here, and right now it's between Joseph Asai and Marvin Wilson, and I think Marvin Wilson has a higher ceiling than Joseph Asai, and he also has kind of a higher floor. Let me reverse what I said there. I think actually Joseph Asai has a higher ceiling, but Marvin has a much higher floor. So I think that you really want to continue building up that interior defensive line, and Marvin Wilson should not be falling this far, guys. I think you guys agree. I think I agree. In my first round mock before Marvin Wilson was kicked to the second by TDN. Again, this isn't my predictive board, so don't get mad at me for like, oh, why the hell is Marvin Wilson a second rounder? I don't know, man. I don't know. Marvin Wilson has shown that he has potential to be a first round type of player, and it is great value at this point. You guys do need to plug up that middle, and he's going to be an excellent addition. Zach Wilson to the Lions is actually, I love that pick. You know, if you can stick him underneath a guy like Matt Stafford for at least a year, maybe two, and just teach him how to progress, do reads and everything, I think that would be insane. I love Zach Wilson. I need to watch him more, but man, he's a fun player to watch. Brevin Jordan falling to the third is probably the biggest story of the draft so far, and then Joseph Asai in the third. That's an excellent pick. You know, I mean, there's some insane talent like Trayvon Moehrig. I think TEDN does undervalue some players a lot, which ends up leading me to get a lot of guys. Oh, finally. Okay, so I know it says you guys need linebacker. I really don't think so. You know, some Raiders fans said you do, but I mean, you guys have Corey Littleton and Nick Kwiatkowski. You guys just signed him in free agency. I'm not going to be trying to get that right now. And if that irritates you guys, I'm really sorry about that. But the question is, do you want a guy who's going to be a beast, or do you want a guy who could be on another level? Because that leads me between Jalen Phillips and Patrick Jones as the guys they're pretty well-known beasts. And Joe Tryon, who is just unlimited potential. This guy has the potential of being more of like a Anthony Barr type, very like extremely fast and has the ability to cover where he needs to be, but like just one of these extremely fast, very well built edges. And then I mean Jalen Phillips, I've seen him step in for Gregory Rousseau, and man, he is a monster. He and Quincy Roche make an insane pairing for edge. So I can definitely agree that is more of a Raiders pick if you guys want me to do that. I mean, Patrick Jones is solid as well, but we're going to be going with the high upside guy here. It's the third round. You can take a shot. This team is definitely good enough. And with guys like Damon Arnett, Jonathan Abram, they're guys who are more projects. So get a guy like Joe Tryon, add to this project train, and then in a couple years' time, you could have one of the best defenses if these guys all pan out. This is a spot where I could easily say, take a shot. Why the hell not, right? If you guys wanted to be a little bit more chill, I would have gone Jalen Phillips. 10 out of 10 there, but you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun. Raiders, I'm usually hate this team, but I don't know why. I just can't will myself to. They're a very solid team. Ooh, Steelers getting Kenneth Gainwell wouldn't be too horrible, but I'm not too huge of a fan. I would have rather had Chuba. But still, again, Chuba falling to the fourth. That's insane. Yeah, I mean, it's always up to preference. Do you want to be more safe? Do you want to be more take a risk? And I think the Raiders are in a division where you kind of have to take risks at this point to be able to compete with all the insane talent that they have in that division, with obviously now Justin Herbert emerging as one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. At this point, there's I mean, where do we go? Linebacker, we could always go, but I don't really think we need to. Safety, Lamarcus Joyner is coming up on a contract year, if it's not his contract year already. And I already have a guy in mind, Ardarius Washington, who could definitely step in as a free safety role and just be an absolute beast, along with Jonathan Abram. Is his name Jonathan Abram? I don't even know. I'm pretty sure it's Jonathan Abram. So I think that's where we're going to go, but let's take a look. Shaka Toney, I think, is definitely better than this. Realistically, I would have honestly been fine going Ardarius Washington and then going Shaka this round, but I mean, honestly, you guys will see Justin Ross here and you guys will scream, Justin Ross, Justin Ross. He has a broken back. That's the only reason he fell. I did some research on him and it's so sad, but we're going to be going Ardarius Washington here. I think that he is, and to me, he's a third round type of player, so being able to get him in the mid fourth is definitely great value. One of the best, he's like number 2 safety in college according to PFF last year. Like next to his buddy in Trayvon Moehrig, who I also have as a very high pick. But I mean, that's more of a safe pick, but definitely something that you need. So you might as well just mix it up. You don't want to be like where we can get an entire draft of busts, right? Like that'd be kind of stupid. Steelers getting Mac Jones. I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm a Steelers fan if you can't tell. But it's still, I mean, you do need kind of a mix between the safer guys and obviously the ones who you can take a shot on. Now, at this point, where do we want to go? I don't know why the fuck they say tight end. You know, you guys have a very stacked tight end core. I think that maybe you could get a backup running back. I mean, there's like Devontae Booker isn't bad either. I can't really see a need for anything. Maybe a backup quarterback, but I still can't see anything worth that pick either. So where do we go from here? That's the real question. And we can always go more edge. We can always go more edge. There's never a problem with going edge, right? Like, you can never have too many edge players. We could also go more of a speed wideout combo, basically having Reggie Roberson paired up with Henry Ruggs. I think that would be kind of an interesting duo. Kind of build a situation similar to McCole Hardman and Tyreek Hill, obviously. I mean, I actually talked to one of our first members of the entire channel, Keon, about this. If you guys are all the way from back then, which I don't think many of you are, we talked about how all these teams they build to defeat their own division. You see how like the 49ers have more of their speed, smaller type of guy in I'm blanking on his name, but Brandon Ayuk. They have him there, and then they have more of their bigger, heavier route runner in Deebo Samuel, similar in my opinion to a guy like Christian Kirk and then Larry Fitzgerald. Like more of these like deep threat type of guys. I think they built a very similar scheme, and honestly, adding Reggie Roberson would be able to mirror that type of speed because Reggie is fast. He's I forgot his damn nickname, but it's something like the Whirlwind of Texas or some shit like that. As a SMU student right now, I mean, I can tell from how fast he is on tape, this guy has some potential in the NFL. If I were to like have gone a different spot, I would probably push down the board for Marquez Stevenson, who is kind of a similar build in my opinion. But I mean, you guys are basically getting an insane potential with with that duo. Ruggs and Roberson could combine to be one of the better duos in the NFL if they both pan out, which we've seen Ruggs pan out. He's definitely like up there, but you never know. Okay, so at this point, we can always go another wide receiver. You don't really need that though, right? I think we're gonna go with a more higher end ceiling type of guy. And I know we didn't need linebackers, but you can never complain about having linebackers. Ventrell Miller does make plays on tape. He just needs some time to sit behind a guy like Corey Littleton and be able to learn how to actually play a little bit better. I like the potential for Ventrell Miller at linebacker. I love Florida guys. I think that they have a shit ton of potential, regardless if they actually pan out or not. I think they always have the potential to be third round type players. And I mean, why not take a shot on one, right? I think with this next pick, we're either going to be going corner. You might as well. You can never complain about having too many corners. Or else we might go quarterback, which of course Malik Cunningham just goes. But we just got to see what type of corners and quarterbacks are on the board. So, again, I think Matt Bushman's definitely better than that from BYU. I don't really... Kellen Mond to the Cowboys, that's a big story. In my next mock draft, I think we'll be going with a quarterback as well. Not in the first, but we might be going one in like the third or something. We'll see how it goes. But anything else interesting going on? I mean, Ben Brown to the Patriots, he's probably going to turn into a top 5 lineman in the NFL because that's what the Patriots do. I don't like Brian Robinson Jr., I'm going to be honest, out of Alabama. I really just don't see anything good with him. And of course, we are in round 7, so this is probably our last pick. So let's see who is here. Are we going to end it with a home run pick? Maybe, maybe not. Because we can definitely go Trey Dean here, but I've been a little bit repetitive with Trey Dean as a later round pick just because I like Florida corners. So, I mean, let's continue looking here. We could go Trey Walker. I mean, I don't know why they pushed him down that far. It's a little bit of a dick move. But, somebody who we could go after is Javion Hawkins. I think I actually got him my last draft, so we won't. But keep it in mind that if the Raiders do this, it is a way of getting more of a scat back type. I know you guys used to have Washington there. And Javion Hawkins is just kind of a more electric version of that. Devontae Booker is definitely a solid backup, but I don't think he has that type of ceiling, that potential that Javion Hawkins does. So I have Javion Hawkins as more like a early 5th type of guy, just because, I mean, the Louisville scheme is pretty fucking amazing, if we're going to be honest. But, yeah, I mean, actually, where did I put Javion Hawkins for that matter? I put Javion Hawkins as actually a 4th rounder. That's quite surprising. But we don't really need linebacker here. This is a spot where you take a type of quarterback that can definitely back you up. And, somebody who actually reminds me a lot of Derek Carr in the way that doesn't always take shots down the field, but can very, very good with like just passing underneath is Brady White. I took Shane Buechele in the last one, so realistically I could take him again. But I think a guy like Brady White, I like him a lot, has some zip on the ball, not that good of arm strength, and he's able to make very good reads in the short game. I like him a lot, and is definitely going to be somebody who, take a shot on a quarterback that he's definitely not going to start, but you can always be happy that you have a good backup. So I think that he's just a very solid backup. Derek King as a backup to the Packers would be that's freaking weird. I think that would just be an excellent option. Why not? It's a 7th-round pick, for God's sakes. Just get somebody where if Derek Carr ever gets injured again, God forbidding, you guys aren't actually like fucked completely. So looking over the draft really quick, you have your potential future at guard. I mean, he's potentially generational style of talent. That's what the word is going around. Marvin Wilson, you get a steal in the second. Tryon, he could be like the next Anthony Barr, Khalil Mack type of situation. Just an absolute monster out of Washington. Ardarius Washington, speaking of Washington, you got high floor safety. Why not, right? And then you could potentially have a Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman situation with getting a guy in the 5th with Reggie Roberson. Ventrell Miller, somebody you can just add into the rotation, potentially be a good rotational linebacker. And then you get your backup quarterback. Why the hell not? So let me know what you guys think. Raiders fans, you guys are very opinionated. I hope you guys like this because personally, I really like it. Again, let me know what you guys think. And because you guys know this team far better than I do, that's the best part of YouTube. We're over 130 subs, which is insane. I could not imagine that I've even gotten to this point. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on the far side. Peace.